Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and today we are looking at a cool Western park that is very, very unique, and it's called the Modern West, and it's created by Vontae_14. And the description says this is a take on the modern side of Western America, and the idea that an up and coming park management team came up to this park, which only had the train, the mine ride, and a few shops, and turned it into a real travel destination. So as you're going to see as we go around this park, it's there's almost like a quarry wall that it's built upon with the RMC and the train that runs around the park, and it's just a very unique setup and design. And so let's go ahead and get started with the tour. Now here we are at the entrance to the Wild West, and you got ticket booths right there. You got some restrooms, got some signage, first aid. Just basic wooden building pieces. So the question is, where do we want to go first in this park? I think we should walk up and down this area and then kind of go experience the upper portion. Or you know what? Forget that. We'll experience the upper portion first. So we've got these stairs. And this is what I probably would have done is I would have taken the railing off the stairs. You can't remove the curb, but you could remove the railing, and you could always move some of the wall pieces. But because you've got your own custom railing here, which that's a really good job of making a custom railing, I would have taken the railing off of the path, if you know what I'm saying. And then here, what you could have done is you could have made it a grid, so that it doesn't have that kind of awkward turn to it right there. Oh, so this is like a little stop. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Really cool. I like it. Very well done. Man, once again, I do not know why I'm yawning. It's like, what time is it right now? It's 2:56 in the afternoon. What is going on with me, Mike? So one thing I would say here is either raise the terrain up a little bit more or create a fencing here. Like move this fencing along here and connect it here, because in theory you could have somebody who goes and jumps off right there. Let's see what's around this way. So we got just bathrooms. Man, I gotta commend you though. Making a full Western park making a full park of just one essentially theme is really tough. Same thing here. We need to have that cement. So prohibited from people with heart disease. Yep, that's good. So we got these lockers. That's a nice touch. So one thing too that you could do is, because I know you're using the ceiling pieces, is you could extend this out a little bit more, and then you could create kind of a border with it by using some like the some curbing pieces to kind of make curbs with it. Because this looks great until you have an area where you can tell that it was kind of masking some of its inefficiencies, and then it doesn't look as great, right? So let's see, this is just going to be the flat ride. Once again, another indoor building queue with windows and stuff. Looks nice. Wait, is that where I was just at? That's where I was just at. So now we got to continue going up. But this is a really cool walkway that you have, and the fact that you have an actual railing built that looks the exact same as normal is really cool. And then we've got the chain link fence. I love this fencing. Like, it almost, in ways, it kind of looks like a prison, but I think it looks cool. So if we go around this way, what's over here? Just the bathroom, and then there's a line. But what's this the line for? Oh, the chair swing. Okay. Gosh, I love the look of the chair swings. Yeah, I mean, this is cool, though. Let me go back. No, I'm going to keep going this way. So let's try to find this first coaster. Nice little building. Okay, now we're over here. Now we're talking. So this is the area where the mine train comes out of that looks really cool. And then over here we've got some um, lockers and stuff. Like, good gosh, how far did we have to walk to get here? We'll have to look at that at the end of the video. All right, so here is. Oh no, I'm on the ceiling. No, no. How did this happen? All right, well, I guess this means it's time to ride the coaster. So that was what was it called again? Cliffhanger, and that was definitely a cliffhanger. That was awesome. So it says the G forces are a little bit higher than they need to be, and I'm guessing it's probably right down here. Would be my guess because it's not given the your body enough time to kind of level out before it starts going a different direction in a sense. Um, but I love the track color, and so you're kind of keeping all the same colors in your park, which is really kind of a cool kind of way to approach it. And this is one of my favorite dive coasters I've seen made in this game, if not my favorite. And the reason is like it's got a massive drop, and it definitely kind of it creates a lot of cool visuals because you're going in and out of the cliffs, and just the terraforming here is done really well. Um, like it's very unique. You got a lot of little water patches and stuff. And then I like too how you get here. Most dive coasters you're done, but then you go back down, have another drop into a tunnel, and kind of curve around this up here. And so, I think it's one of the, like I said, one of my favorite dive coasters I've seen. It's done really well. It was really smooth. Maybe this part was just banked a little bit to the right when it didn't necessarily need to be, but that's just nitpicking at that point. So this is really, really cool. And then if we look here at the, so here, what's this on top? Was that the? Yeah. So what I would do is I would just raise this up. So let's see if we can. Let's see. Because I like the kind of design you have with it. Oh, you got these lockers. I wonder, did you make these or these off the workshop? Because I know I have seen some people do these. Either way, these are awesome and it looks good in this spot. Maybe just add a little bit of a covering, but it is kind of nice. And I see too how you've added these stairs. But one thing here that you could do is, so if we raise it like that, let's see how that works. Yeah, so that's what I would do. Everything it just needs to be raised up a little bit. Um, and I would do different lights other than these area lights, but I understand why you keep using those because you want to kind of carry the same thing throughout the park. And I love this using the chain link fence and then turning this sideways. Really well done. To save pieces, what you could have done here is use the. Does Haunted House have an 8 piece? I don't think. Never mind. I don't think Haunted House has an 8 meter pillar, but really well done. Same thing here. You could just raise these up a little bit if you wanted to, but I love the kind of design you're going for here. And then love the transfer track. This is great. Um, I might add like a roofing there on the bottom just to kind of create that cement slab. Really well done. And then here, I think the only thing I would add is I would add some railings here if you're going to have this, and you need to add a little bit of support underneath it. And also, there is a 2 meter piece of chain link fence that you could use if you wanted to, instead of having that part stick out. But either way, this looks awesome. Like, you could use that 2 meter piece of chain link fence there. Really, really well done. Absolutely loved it. And let's continue with the tour. Another thing I want to mention here that is just really quite cool is the different levels and layering. Like, here, this is so much further down than that one up there. But then you've also got to, like, you almost have to make like a massive trek just to even get up to this area in this coaster. And so it's really cool how you ended up doing this. Took a lot of patience, I'm sure. So now we're going to go here to the RMC. Is this the key to the RMC? No, it's just another walkway to take us higher. Man, this is crazy. The almost, yeah. Why can't I speak right now? Once again, lockers. I love how you put lockers with each ride or each coaster. I think that's a cool touch. This one's called Blue Iron Viper. And a massive cattle pen queue. I mean, that's a massive queue. Ooh, what's in here? Oh, that's just the walkway. Oh, I forgot about that. Where they walked across. Yeah. So nice station. I think there are a couple areas where you can kind of see that stuff was kind of merged together. Just trying to make something work. But overall, I think it's a nice station. Love the posts. Love the beams. Yeah, so I'm ready to take a ride on this coaster. All right, so as we look at this area at night, I mean, you can see how it's lit up, and it looks awesome. You know, a lot of blue area lights kind of hidden beneath. But now let's turn back to the daytime, and so we could talk about this coaster. As this was an awesome coaster. It's definitely short, but I think it was pretty intense. Like that. Look at this. I mean, my goodness, like, if you're on the right side of that and you're kind of hanging over this edge, I mean that's phenomenal. That is a really, really well designed area right there. That is awesome. And then this first drop really gives me Iron Rattler kind of vibes. It goes to the opposite side, but it's just got it goes a tad bit to the right, which is one of the most intense drops I've been on in terms of a first drop of a coaster, just with how unique it is, because you don't think that that really adds too much to it, but it really does. That's awesome. And then, you know, you got the overbank turn, you kind of come up on this wall, and it kind of slows for a second, but then you pick up speed again here, which once again kind of gives me Iron Rattler vibes. And then you've got this 270-degree, it's not necessarily a stall, because then you kind of reverse the way you, well, I guess it's not 270 degrees. You don't even technically go upside. I guess they count that as an inversion. but you don't really technically go upside down. Yeah, really well done. As you see the station here, I'd love to how there's this walkway here that the guests kind of walk over. You know, maybe the only suggestion I would have is with these area lights. Let's see. If you look here at nighttime, like that's really really bright. So what you could probably do, like let's take this one for example. Because I understand trying to create this color. So you've got kind of a dark blue. Let's see. What if we do kind of a lighter blue because it doesn't show up as bright, and then you can also sync it up into the wall to where it looks like a recessed light or something like that, right? Instead of having them actually stick out like that. So that's one thing you could do. Or you could even have those just be basic white and then hide some of these area lights underneath the track. It would kind of maybe help out a little bit. But I mean, once again, I mean, this is just a really cool design, really cool area. So I really enjoyed that coaster. Look at this view. I mean, I guess there's not much to see down that way except the train. Let's see if we can get out of here. Oh, look at that. Boy, that is beautiful. Yeah, as I said before, I'd love to know if you got Iron Rattler use that as inspiration for anything. Oh, look over there. The top of the wall right there. Oh, that's cool. Let's see, whenever the coaster... Whoop. Yeah, that's awesome. So just the views up here are insane. Insane. All right, so we already looked around this area a little bit as we kind of got over here. Once again, you know, if you're going to use this pathing, just go ahead and use it the whole way is my philosophy with it. Because it looks a little bit weird when you've got it just kind of awkwardly ending and stuff. But yeah, like I said, that's just my opinion. So now let's take the trek back down. Woo! Nope, went too far. It's just crazy just how many levels there are. I guess I didn't realize that this was like down in this kind of crater. Man, that's cool. I wonder if it'll let me go down this way. Nope. Too steep. No, no, no. Oh my gosh. No, we got stuck again. All right, we're going to go here at the beginning. Why did it not put me in flip cam? All right, so we started off by going left and going up that spot. Now, let's continue down here on the park, and you know what? Since we're here, let's go on this train ride. It's got a nice long station, it's a nice long train. And so let's go on this train ride around the park and see what you guys think. All right, we are rocking and rolling on this train ride. I'm trying to figure out what view would probably be best. Only thing with Chase is you can't really look around. Oh, you know what? Orbit. Orbit's a good one. But I think the issue now is, which car am I orbiting? There we go. Sorry about this. So now we can kind of see the view that the train's getting. And, I mean, I just love the kind of added supports and stuff here that's been created, like these bridges. I just think that's so cool. Just a lot of detail. Really well done. I mean, look at the coaster there in the background. That RMC is amazing. Beautiful visual in the park. Alright, So I guess we gotta wait, let people on. And then we'll... Man, these take a long time to enter and exit. I guess it makes sense. It's pretty cool too, because it's almost like this second part of the train, you know, kind of goes away from the park, but it's got its own kind of like unique kind of look and taste to it. This is really well done, and I love that there's a little backstory to it as well. Once again, I would say probably just hide the area lights in the ground instead of having them kind of hovering like that. That would just be my suggestion. But I do love the color of lighting that you chose. Look at that view. That RMC. That's really cool. Then you come by kind of the warehouse and stuff. A little Wild West town. And I keep waiting to try to see that RMC go down the hill from these point of views. This is really... Let's see one more time. No. Oh, there it is. You can tell I'm obviously a coaster nerd compared to everything else in the park. That's cool. That is really cool. Yeah, so this is like it's almost like, whoop, I was not expecting that. All right. It's almost kind of like at some of the parks where, like Silver Dollar City, Kings Island, where their train rides aren't they're not transport rides. They're almost like experience rides in themselves, where it's about kind of experiencing a story or just kind of taking a ride around a certain part of the park. So that's kind of what this one is in a sense, and that's really, really cool. As I said on that train ride, that's really cool. Now these arcades, I think these are from... I think some of them are from Insomniac. I could be wrong with that, but you got this nice arcade room. And then here you got the mine train going over the coaster track. You got another area for the lockers. You got the queue, which I feel like not many people actually ride this ride for some reason. And I like your use of the trees too, as you kind of line this whole path up with trees, which I think is a really, really kind of cool touch. And then I love this fencing that you have as well, and especially that fencing by the station. But this fencing like keeps everybody out and doesn't even give anybody the temptation to jump the fence or something. I mean, once again, this is cool. This is really cool. I don't know why, but I mean, it seems to be that one of the longest lines is this mine train ride, or canyon runner, I guess is it's called in the game. It's not called a mine train ride. Look at this view of this coaster right here. That is just spectacular. Wow, that is a cool view. Really cool. And so here we have the backstage, which I think this is from the workshop. I know this one was one that I made in my Canyon Valley Park. So I appreciate you using my creation, and you let me know about that too. And then you got a lot of clutter. Maybe I just add a fence here. I know it's not ideal. And then maintenance building. Okay, cool. Really, really well done. Go B. Oh, there's this fourth coaster here. I didn't even realize that. Okay, we'll have to ride that coaster at the end. I didn't even realize there was that coaster there. Okay. Cool, cool. You know what? We passed another coaster too. We'll come back to that. But here's the station. And wow, this is I mean, it's just cool how basically the whole map is this straight path, and then that's not what I meant to do, but oh well. It's like one long strip, and then at individual places, there are certain things you can do to kind of um, try to situate your, like put the rides kind of just right off this area. So I think that was really, really well done. Sorry if didn't make any sense on there for a second. I think I kind of, as I started speaking, I kind of like zoned out for a second. So now if we look here at this spinning coaster, these are tough to make. And once again, it's kind of right tucked in on this kind of wall, this kind of quarry wall or this area. You've got some scenery around it and stuff. And this is really, really cool. So let's go ahead and take a ride on this coaster. These are always good to ride in chase mode. Or you could do look forward. Let's do look forward. Nope, nope, look forward. We move along with it too. There we go, chase mode. That was really cool. I felt like that was really well done with the spinning and stuff. And the fact that it kind of stops here and barely goes down the hill, but then it's got enough speed to get to other areas of the track is just really, really awesome. And so you can see we just kind of walked along this strip area, this main walkway, and you can kind of see venturing off where stuff was and where stuff is. Now, one last thing to look at in terms of one last thing to look at is this other coaster over here that we've seen a little bit. This blue coaster, and I saw it, but I just didn't even think about riding it. And then you have these things kind of in the middle of. Oh, never mind. That's not. For some reason, I was thinking that's where they got on. I don't know what I'm thinking. Whew. But yeah, this looks awesome. Awesome station. Very different. And let's go ahead and ride the mine train. So that was the gold searcher, and it's kind of cool that you put these here. It's kind of like it's searching like these gold chests that are it's searching for. And I thought it was a my bad, I accidentally hit the mic right there. I thought it was a pretty good ride. It was my least favorite of all the coasters that we've kind of experienced, but I think it was a cool kind of concept and idea, and it's cool how you've got some of the stuff kind of intertwining, like right here. Only thing I'd say is if you're gonna have it this much underground, I almost kind of feel like there's got to be a little more detail put with it in terms of on the underground spots. But I know that's extremely tough to do. Um, but yeah, I mean, you got two lift hills, I think. I think there's just two. So it's a typical mine train, and I've never seen a mine train colored blue. So that's very unique, and I like the idea of it because you're trying to keep this like similar style throughout your entire park, which looks pretty cool. As you can see, it's just kind of following the track. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good ride. I think it's a unique idea for the station as well, kind of having it dug out, kind of like people are going and searching for gold and going mining and stuff like that. Um, so that's really cool. So we have completed the park tour, and this was a phenomenal park that I was just by the initial looks of it, you don't expect it to be that much in terms of a big park or anything. But with having the dual levels, or I guess it's not really dual levels, it's almost more like quad levels with how it was. Um, just really added a lot. And then especially like those two coasters, like the RMC was hands down my favorite, but then the dive coaster was definitely my second favorite, and then the spinning coaster and so forth. But just the fact that like you've got this one main strip and then everything else kind of ventures off it. And here you got one level, you got two levels, um, and then you got a third level below this where there's not really much other than a couple snacks, and stuff like that. And so I really enjoy the park. Only suggestion I have is to kind of make sure you kind of clean a couple things up a little bit more. Like anytime you're using the ceiling tiles as path or as like to cover up the paths, you got to kind of make it have an endpoint. So like. Um, just trying to find a way to kind of have it end, and you can put, what are they doing? There's no, what are y'all doing, kiddos? Um, which, by the way, I never talked about this, but this is pretty cool. Um, but yeah, do you want to have it kind of end in a way that makes sense and looks neat and kind of blends in with the environment around it? And once again, I just love this RMC. Really well done. And then I love this train. It was just so secluded at times and felt great. And this is just such a beautiful park. So I'd love to get your guys' opinions on it. And guys and gals, get y'all's opinions on it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And as always, make sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.